So what did
Yeah.
you do after Pepsi? Almost walk us through from Pepsi through to kind of today.
So at Pepsi, I was still in Malaysia. And when I was 25, I found out about a visa that would allow me to live and work in the UK.
Wow.
So remember that, I'm Malaysian, so I can't just come over, like if I had a job or anything. So I found out about this visa, but the requirement was you had to be under the age of 26. It was a Commonwealth visa. Malaysia was part of the Commonwealth, or is part of the Commonwealth. So I applied for it, got it, told my parents I had a job. I didn't really, but I didn't want them to worry about me. And thank God they said yes. So off I am on a plane. And I told the folks at Pepsi, hey, thank you so much for teaching me everything. I'm going to be in the UK now. If you're ever in London, give me a buzz. And these are like super senior people, right? And I'm like this little tiny small fry, but I gave them my email address. So I show up in London and was exploring and did a small few jobs here and there just to make some money. And then Mintel, which is the company that I joined next, had signed a contract with Pepsi to run a global study on the quality of soft drinks at fountain machines at Pepsi and
Wow.
KFC and Pizza Hut stores globally. So of course, the person who had signed that contract with Mintel said, "Are you looking for a project manager?" They said, "Yeah, well, call this kid. She's somewhere in London." Handed them my email
That's
address.
crazy.
And if I hadn't packed up and left, Steve, and I was literally in the right place at the right time. But also, when that opportunity came along, I was broke. I couldn't find a proper job. I was ready to almost pack up and go back to Malaysia. I was 6 months in London. I was so poor, and I thought, okay, I've given it my best shot. But so what happened was because I was so perfect for this job, and I could even open up all the equipment, right? I knew all that stuff. The Mintel team gave me a proper visa,
Hmm.
and 2 weeks later, I was on a flight to Mexico running the Global Fountain Project. And fast forward, I was in Jordan, I was in Guam, I was
Wow.
in the Bahamas, and I was in the Philippines. We're talking about a global project. 26-year-old, you know, uh, dreaming of the world, and suddenly it was literally happening on a day-to-day basis. So that was an incredible journey. Did that for a few years based out of
Can
London,
I
and
just
then
jump onto that before we
sure.
carry on? What I remember with, I always like to use stories just because that's, it was genuine. But I remember when I was about 17, might have been in my first year at uni, and my uncle, who was a director at a big construction company, and basically he was obviously a lot more senior, he was like my role model. And he said to me once that with almost in your career, in your life, almost even embrace jobs that you don't always love, because actually at some point down the line, it'll all work out. It'll come back.
Right.
He used to give an example of once when he got into construction, he was given a really crappy job to do with shipping, and basically he was asked to sit in an office and go through thousands of files trying to find information, but it was a crappy job. And then
Yeah.
fast forward a few years, he was he was an estimator, to work on a project. And I can't remember what it was for, but it was a massive shipping project. But the point is, similar to you,
Yeah.
it just came back that this perfect role appeared to land. But for you, and it's happened to me as well. But say for you to be doing what you were doing, but being enthusiastic enough that I know Chris Nutman, that we're going to talk about soon to do with Global Teacher, is a very keen about visualization and stuff. But I
Yeah.
still find it too ridiculous to even think about that happened, because we're talking about a fairly
No.
niche thing.
Correct. I mean, it was literally a miracle. It was so niche, and the timing of it was unbelievable.